Hi everyone and welcome to our video release of our Nutcracker Gold Collection. Now for those of you that have tuned in, obviously you knew that this year in 2020 Christmas kits, we did release a Nutcracker in traditional red and green colors. And we had so many of you email us and make comments and suggestions that, boy, I'd sure love to see it in the gold and creams, whites, those kind of colors, that we said, hey, you know what? Let's throw this out here and away we go. This is what we aim to please, and here it is. I hope this does please you all. We really think it will. These colors really gave it an even more upscale version. I don't think the red and traditional red and green Nutcracker collection that we released here a couple of weeks ago, I don't think it was necessarily like juvenile or anything like that. But this one really took it upscale in terms of making it even more leaning towards a more mature theme or elegance or things like that. And you'll see that as we go through this kit. But before we get into it, for those of you that are new to us, our bundled collection, which you can purchase, you get all 5 of the coordinated products under one product for, and again, none of these have any duplicate products. Each things have individual items in them. So you purchase all 5 items and save 20% when purchasing it as the bundle versus purchasing each item individually. So there's the long-winded explanation of that. But we know you'll love this and being able to purchase it that way if you love this collection when you see it here. So you're going to see, again, for those of you that did tune in and have watched our Nutcracker collection, you're going to see the same patterns of things, but obviously in this updated color palette. And if you're really looking at this, you'll see this. Like, look at that beautiful look. Like that gray silver tone, which is almost like kind of a taupe or a putty color, paired with the gold and the cream. Man, it just is stunning. Like I said, it gives it that almost muted elegance kind of thing to it. You have those vivid golds in here, like you can see in the poinsettias and things, that give it that real luster and that real Christmassy feel. Like, obviously, Christmas has a lot of almost shiny things, for a lack of a better word. But then you have those soothing colors of that silver and the putty color and things like that. It really makes for a very, very elegant looking kit. Same thing comes along with the actual tone of the green that was used, that Mary Fran used in this kit. That tone of green, again, fantastic. So for those of you that haven't seen our other Nutcracker collection, and this is new to you, here it is with all the patterns. You're going to see several different simplistic patterns as well as more intricate ones. We want to give you lots of options. Here's the tufted background paper. So again, if you're feeling really creative, start with this as your main background paper. You're going to see it as I show you the embellishments where you can add to it and create your own custom paper. Why not go that way? When we create and you have fun, why hold yourself back? Here are the embellishments. So the bow cluster, the big sparkle on it, obviously beautiful. The buttons, which give you those little pops of color and texture, give you a little bit of interest in those areas. The candy canes, again, you see this in the tones. It's really the tones of this kit. There's the sparkle to it in the gold, but it's the tones of the other ones that give you that mature feel. Here is great circle elements in order to further enhance those elements, give them a little more visual appeal, I guess. Here is a corner cluster. So this is all opaque in behind all this. This is not white, it is opaque. So you can place this, like I was mentioning to you on that tufted background paper. You can place that in one of the corners, 2 of the corners, all 4 of them if you want, whatever you want to do. You can do that, and then start creating your own paper. So you really have a custom look. Same thing with the frames. Mary Fran gives you some appeal to them. And you'll see actually how I use this exact one in my card making idea. I'll show you that at the end. So you'll see different ways. They're not just for photos by any stretch of the imagination. But you can further embellish these by, what if you put that corner cluster in here of that poinsettia that we just saw? So you can further embellish these, and that, again, gives you full creative control. So you can really have lots of fun playing with this, which is the whole idea. Journal mats, obviously, we're talking Christmas. So Christmas means lots of things in terms of gatherings with friends and family. Maybe you want to use this and custom print this for stationery for someone as a gift or for yourself. Maybe you want to use this as your journaling area. So in your layouts or on your mini albums, you have these areas in order to actually journal and capture your memories, preserve those for many, many years to come. Here is, again, journal pads. So these have the lines in them for you. So for people like me, these are awesome because my printing and writing does not go straight. It goes all crooked and wonky. So I love these. But imagine this as a recipe card. Imagine printing out or writing out some of your favorite family recipes and sending them along to family members this year. Being that this is 2020, we do have the pandemic in effect, and a lot of us aren't going to be able to get together with our families. So what about doing something like that and sharing something like that with your family members? What a great gift, or what a great thing to pass along before Christmas, so that way everybody can do their Christmas baking and share that way, maybe via email or Zoom or FaceTime, whatever. You guys can still feel like you're together. Here's the Nutcracker, and this is where it really shines in terms of the color palette that Mary Fran, the actual tones of the colors she chose. This is where you really see it come through. Excuse me. The ornaments, again, shiny, well patterned, very elegant. There is no juvenile feel to this whatsoever. Poinsettias, same thing. You see the sparkle in it. You see the tonality of these. Very, very maturely done. And again, all opaque behind this, so you have full creative control here. Presents, again, an awesome element. This is Christmas. There is lots of gifts, and that may be something that is right up your alley in terms of the creative vision you had. Great ribbons with snippets of paper, basically. Think of them like that, like you cut off just little snippets of paper. Place those in wherever you see fit, and I'll show you those, how Mary Fran chose to use them in her layout at the end, and you'll see a good version of how to use them. This is a digital stamp in Christmas traditions. So once again, everything is opaque behind this. There is no white to it, and you can place that digitally on something before you print it, and voila, just like using it as if it was a polymer stamp. Here you are with some square elements. Again, and circle stickers. Great way to present elements, right? Christmas trees. Obviously, fabulous items to use and very apropos for this time of the season and this theme of a kit, is you're going to want some of those Christmas trees in there. And lastly, some word strips with some names already on them, some phrases. Hopefully those are some of the ones that you would want to use, but if not, you'll see some in the little bits which are there's nothing on them, they're blanks, so that way you can put it on. And lastly, the Christmas wreath. Again, somewhat adorned, and you can go ahead and further adorn it if you want, or maybe that's absolutely perfect because you're going to put a photo in behind this and you don't want the wreath to steal the show. You decide. It's all there for you in order to do so. The little bits, once again, for those of you that are familiar with us, the little bits are fully clustered elements, as you see. So very easy to use. They are fully built for you, so that way if you have a little bit of creative block, or you just, you know what, I'm limited on time, or whatever the case may be, these are great places to start. You look at the little bits and you say, have a very Merry Christmas this holiday season. You think, wow, I was looking to make a Christmas card for my family. This is awesome. I put this down. I then compare some papers that match well with it. I put this as my main element, and there you have it. Christmas cards done for the year. So the little bits is a great place to start. As I mentioned, there is ones in here, like these labels, that are blank. We recognize that not everybody has English as their primary language. As well, we also recognize that maybe the phrases are not what you wanted on there. So we want you to have the ability to place your own phrases on, your own fonts or handwritten, actual personalized sentiments. So there it is, with the tags to complete out the little bits. Our 2-paper pack, again, comes with the same patterns that you saw in the FQB, but in different colors. These papers you will not find them in the FQB or anywhere else. These are specific to the Nutcracker Gold 2-paper pack. So in these colors and in these patterns, that is where you will find them, and the only place you'll find them. So when you are making multiple cards, mini albums, layouts, a big photo album for the family, whatever, you certainly want the coordinates, and that's what that provides you. Our solids paper pack gives you the solid papers that color coordinate perfectly. So it's like having the ideal color matched cardstock. to this kit. And so you see that silver and that kind of putty taupe color. You know, good luck probably trying to match that with something that you may have in your stash. And that is why we provide those, is we want you to be able to have perfectly color matched things. So lastly is our talk, which is the alpha. We have capital letters, we have numbers, we have some punctuation. This is going to give you everything you need in order to actually accentuate. Sorry, wow, that was hard to get out, wasn't it? Accentuate anything you want to, whether that's a theme, a name, a place, a date, an emotion, whatever it is. You have this in order to emphatically put that on your cards and layouts, mini albums, journals, whatever it is that you're creating. That gives you everything you need in order to fully create with this kit and get the results that you're looking for. So lastly, let me just show you, I was talking earlier about the card and the layout and how we use certain things. This is Mary Fran's layout. As I was mentioning earlier, here's how she chose to use the ribbon that are in the kit. And as you can see, just little strips of paper. It gives this little area and links it all together with the main area and transitions from the papers into your main area. Great use of those, right? And as you can see, she's used so many different things in here. It just really turned out super well. As well, this is the Christmas traditions. That is, again, the digital stamp. How do I use that? Well, here's how you can use it. Underneath is the polka dot pattern paper. So as you can see, Mary Fran just put that on top, fits in perfectly, and because it's opaque behind, everything does show through. And the card idea, as I mentioned again, this piece with the green in it and the white in the inside, that is a frame. So how I've chosen to use that is to place the frame over top of another piece of paper, kind of frame in things, and give myself more of a draw your eye into the main elements that you see in here. Let me just blow this up a little bit here. There we go. So you can see the main elements. It's really drawing your eye into it. That was kind of the point. And the frames are great items for that. So don't think of frames as only to use for photos. That you know is obviously a great use for them, but there is so much more to them. So hopefully you'll try that when you create with this kit yourself. So lastly, before you head off and have a look at the kit in its entirety in our store and get this kit for yourself, be sure to go down to the bottom right of the screen. You'll see our Knitwick Collections logo. Well, you'll want to click on that to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. That will let you know every time a new video is placed up, whether that's projects we do, kits we release, whatever it is, that will tell you when things are new. As well, give us a thumbs up on the video, leave us a comment, let us know your thoughts on this, and if you decided to choose to use this one over the traditional colors, or whether, you know, whatever it was, we'd love to hear from you and hear what you made this year and this Christmas. Thanks once again for tuning in, and happy creating with our Nutcracker Gold Collection.